You have a second chance to confess the truth about the bell. The Lord knows there's more secrets behind it, and that's why He allowed you to fall into madness. If you don't confess now, you'll fall back into madness and there will be no solution. Jimmy's body began to shake violently, his voice trembling. I'll confess. He stammered, tears streaming down his face. The pastor's word had struck a chord, and Jimmy knew he couldn't hide the truth any longer. The atmosphere in the church was electric, with an air of anticipation hanging over everyone. What secret would Jimmy reveal? Would he finally uncover the truth behind the cursed bell? The pastor leaned in, his voice gentle yet firm. Tell us, Jimmy, where did you really get the bell from? As Jimmy's confession spilled out, the room fell silent, transfixed by the weight of his words. I got the bell from Mr. Thomas's grave, he revealed, his voice barely above a whisper. When my sister suggested buying a golden bell for the church, I didn't want to spend the money. I knew about the bell in Mr. Thomas's grave. He is the father of 2 of our church members where I worship. His children gifted the bell, and I stole it from his grave. I convinced one of the security guards who work at the cemetery to help me steal it. That was how I got the bell. Please, Pastor, I don't want to run mad again, he pleaded. The air was thick with shock and disgust. The pastor's face reflected a mix of emotions, relief, horror, and disappointment. We need to act immediately, he said, his voice firm but measured. We have to visit Mr. Thomas's children and return the bell to its rightful place. The gravity of Jimmy's action sank in, and Maria realized that a well-intentioned act of donating the bell had unleashed a dark chain of events. The pastor's eyes locked onto Jimmy's, filled with a deep sense of concern. As they prepared to embark on the journey, questions swirled in their minds. How would the children of Mr. Thomas' family react to the news? Would returning the bell be enough to break the curse? The church's fate hung in the balance as they navigated the complex web of consequences triggered by Jimmy's action. On arrival, the daughter and son of Mr. Thomas were visibly shaken by the revelation. Their faces etched with shock and disappointment. How could this happen? The son asked, his voice laced with anger. You are telling me that one of our security men allowed someone to break into the grave and steal from it? That's unacceptable. The son's anger boiled over, and he threatened to take action against the security personnel. But as he looked at the pastor and Maria, his demeanor softened. Because of the pastor and Maria, I'm willing to let this matter slide without further action, he said, his voice measured. With a deep breath, he nodded. Let's focus on returning the bell to its rightful place. We'll accompany you to the graveyard and ensure that the bell is returned with the respect and dignity it deserves. Together, the group made their way to the graveyard. The atmosphere was heavy with a mixture of emotions, regret, sorrow, and a sense of resolve. As they approached the grave, they could feel the weight of their actions, and they hoped that returning the bell would bring closure and peace. With reverence, Jimmy placed the bell back to its original position, and the group stood in silence, reflecting on the journey that had brought them to this moment. The security man who had accompanied Jimmy in stealing the bell looked in shock